I'm Diane Muno, and I own the Spruce House, the Christmas Shop, the White Orchid, and the White Orchid Bridal, and now Liz and Joe's in Estes Park, Colorado. I've been here since 2006. That's when I opened the Spruce, or bought the Spruce House. Subsequently in 2010, we opened the Christmas Shop, and then subsequently in 2012, the Bridal Shop, and just recently the Liz and Joe's. So when we had just started opening the bridal shop in 2012, actually the helicopters were coming and dropping water, getting it from Lake Estes over to the high acre fires here in town. And I was setting up the shop here, and we opened successfully following that. We still were able to see some business come in for the bridal shop and fared fairly well through the first 12 months. Then when the floods hit, everything was impacted. We were closed 75 days at the Spruce House. The other two stores were closed about 10 days each. And the bridal shop, we really manned it on very minimal hours. We saw the whole community impacted, both residential and the business, downtown business. All of it currently is residing in what may or may not be a floodplain that will impact our landlords and our owners. It's one of the things we're struggling with as we go forward in the future to look at mitigation for that. But everyone just pitched in, cleaned up. We had so much volunteer support, help, the staff, the residents of the community, visitors and volunteers from all over the country. It's incredible to watch people arrive and just pitch in and really get things done. And without that, it felt pretty hopeless, because just your everyday life was so impacted that to know that there was a whole new, fresh energy showing up tomorrow that truly gave you, you can't sit home and have a pity party when everybody else is showing up to roll up their sleeves and do the work. So you just know you just have to keep moving forward. So we're really grateful for that kind of support and assistance. SBA was really a challenge for us to think about at first as a business owner. I know I personally looked at that as more debt when I first thought about it, but truly as a grateful for the option that I had to take advantage of that loan process. FEMA really was not something that would help in a business scenario, so SBA and the loan process was the only option. And at first it seemed very cumbersome. That was where I invested my hours. I just spent time getting documents together, sorting through fortunately I did have paperwork, and I did have computers to go back and get all of my documents and be able to get them submitted in a very well organized fashion. I feel fortunate for that. In fact, I found the SBA staff to be very compassionate, to be understanding, to be very thoughtful about how they worked specifically with me all the way through the process. I never had a bad experience. So my heart became very grateful for that. When it came time that they told me I was approved and I sat down and they cut the check for me, I burst into tears, simply because it was a combination of emotions. It was all the frustration that led up to it. It was the fear of taking on debt. It was being grateful knowing I was still going forward, that I had a way to move forward. It was a culmination of this whole situation. But being able to deposit that money and be able to go out and buy inventory to be in business for the following upcoming season, to have payroll covered, to truly feel like we will make it through the next steps, and knowing that loan was even though it was additional debt, it was at a cost that was affordable with what we were doing to move forward. It was truly when the grants came into play that it was made all the difference, because then you felt like it was a lift up beyond just making it through, but now there was a way to reinvest in what we could do even better. So I feel like the grant money that we got both from Larimer County and through the CDBRG, I got the initials wrong, that block grant money truly gave an opportunity to say, what can I put back into the business to watch it grow? How can we reinvest in what we do to see our community expand and be more appealing and attracting our visitors, that we needed to reconsider who those people were, that were willing to come up and visit in an area that had been devastated. Some came to just see what it looked like. Others came to support us. They wanted to spend their money here. They truly wanted to see us come back and get on our feet and thrive. So that was very heartening to know that we had those extended family